Let's start with a simple question. When was the last time your workplace safety training truly made an impact? Not just a checkbox ticked, not just an online module skimmed while half distracted, but an experience that actually stuck with you. For too many people, the answer is I can't remember. And yet, we work in environments where one wrong move can mean injury, or worse. So why are we still relying on outdated systems, boring presentations, and stale videos to prepare people for life or death decisions? Here's the truth. The way we train for safety is about to change. And it's not just an upgrade, it's a revolution. Welcome to the first episode of our new series, The Future is Safe. Today we're talking about why traditional training is no longer enough, and how technology is stepping in to reshape how we learn, how we remember, and how we stay safe. Let's rewind a bit. Think back to your first safety orientation. You probably sat in a cold room, fluorescent lights humming, as someone read from a binder or clicked through an outdated slide deck. Maybe there was a quiz at the end. Maybe there wasn't. Either way, you walked out knowing you'd forget half of it by tomorrow. The numbers back that up. According to the National Training Laboratory, passive learning methods like lectures have retention rates as low as 5%. Demonstrations get you to about 30%, but hands-on immersive learning, that shoots up to 75% retention. That's not a small improvement, it's a game changer. Enter technology. Over the next several episodes, we'll dive into specific tools, virtual reality, wearables, artificial intelligence, mobile apps. But today we start with the big picture, the why, the shift, the moment we're in right now. Because whether we like it or not, the workforce is changing. Younger generations are entering industries that still train like it's 1985. Meanwhile, experienced workers are retiring, and with them goes decades of hard-earned practical knowledge. Combine that with more complex work sites, more regulation, and shorter attention spans, and you have a perfect storm. Technology isn't just a nice-to-have, it's becoming a necessity. In Australia, mining companies are adopting VR hazard training simulations that allow new workers to experience a high-pressure emergency scenario without the real-world risk. One of the leaders in this shift is Barminco, a global underground mining contractor. They partnered with Sentient Computing to develop immersive VR simulations focused on pedestrian and heavy vehicle safety in underground mine environments. These modules allow trainees to practice decision-making in high-risk environments without exposing them to real danger. Since launching in 2021, over 200 workers have completed the training, and remarkably, there have been no pedestrian vehicle incidents among those who participated. That's more than a statistic, that's a proof of concept. In Germany, manufacturers are integrating augmented reality overlays into machine maintenance training. Instead of flipping through a paper manual, trainees put on a headset and see real-time guidance projected directly onto the equipment. Mistakes are corrected instantly, and training time is cut in half. DHL, the global logistics leader, has implemented a gamified mobile learning program called Certified in its warehouse safety training. This initiative uses interactive modules, badges, and real-time performance feedback to engage workers through progression and friendly competition. As a result, training completion rates improved significantly, and safety awareness scores rose across several international hubs. This isn't about replacing safety professionals, it's about giving them better tools. Imagine if your JHAs could be visual walkthroughs instead of paper forms. If your new hires could walk through a 3D model of their job site before ever stepping foot on it. If you could track not just who took the training, but who actually understood it. But let's be real, technology isn't magic. It only works when it's matched with the right culture. You can't plug in a headset and fix a broken system. If your crews don't trust leadership, or if safety is treated like an afterthought, no app will save you. This is where leadership matters. If we want tech to work, we have to invest not just in gadgets, but in buy-in, in trust, in listening to the people who are actually doing the work. Let's also talk about accessibility. One of the biggest barriers in traditional safety training is language and literacy. But with tech, we can bridge that. Real-time translations, visual demonstrations, interactive audio prompts. Suddenly, safety becomes something everyone can access, not just the fluent or the tech-savvy. And then, there's data. The ability to track patterns, predict risk, and adjust training based on real behaviors, not just assumptions. Shell has implemented wearable sensor technology in its oil and gas operations, using devices that track worker fatigue, heart rate, and exposure to environmental stressors. These wearables have been deployed to identify patterns in worker exhaustion and heat stress during long shifts. In one case, insights gathered from the data allowed safety managers to adjust brake schedules and shift lengths in high-heat environments, resulting in improved worker alertness and a measurable reduction in fatigue-related near misses. This is the future. Not a future where safety is automated or dehumanized, but one where tools support people, where training isn't a chore, but a powerful, engaging experience, where we move from compliance to competence. So here's the question I want to leave you with. If you could redesign safety training from scratch, starting today with no budget limits, no bureaucracy, no tradition holding you back, what would you build? Because in the next few episodes, we're going to show you what some companies have already started building, and more importantly, how you can bring those ideas into your own workplace. Coming up next, we'll take you inside the world of VR and AR safety simulations. We'll walk through fire without getting burned, face high-risk scenarios without getting hurt, and explore how immersive tech is transforming not just what workers know, but how they feel. The future of safety training is here, and it starts now.